Hey everyone, welcome back to Redbanditracing. Welcome back to the channel. We got another repair video for you. We got the Traxxas Sledge here. We caused some major damage here. We went ahead and bent the front crossbar. We bent one of the front hitch pins and possibly damaged one of the arms. So we're gonna check in that, show you guys what happened. Also, we broke the drive shaft. We really broke the drive shaft. So this happened on a video that didn't go out. I wasn't happy again with the footage. This is the same video that we did with the X-Max. We're gonna put clips of those videos in our Patreon, so if you're not a Patreon member, check that out. That's gonna be a special little perk for you guys that are subscribed to our Patreon. We're gonna put a lot of sneak peeks and stuff like that. Maybe even videos that we never put out. We're gonna put them on there. But let's jump right into this. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. This thing got damaged pretty bad. All right, let's go and take the body off. Let me kind of hold it up for you guys. You can see it right there. So I landed on this side, breaking the crossbar, bending the hinge pin, and possibly damaged the arm. I don't know if the arm's damaged, but we're gonna take it apart, make sure it's not cracked. And you can probably see right there, sheared the axle right at the cup. That twisted. Oh, you can see it right there, it twisted. I bought a whole new cup just in case this was damaged because this took a really bad hit. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rip this thing apart. All right, hopefully that's a good angle for you guys. Hope I'm not gonna get in your guys' way. If I do, I'm gonna have to readjust. I'm trying to find the best spot to do some of these videos for you guys, but I always feel like I'm in the way. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to get rid of this stand. Let's go ahead and get this RPM front bumper off. Wow, that is pretty bent. All right, so let me get a tire to prop this up. All right, so now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna take off this front crossbar. All right, the screw's not bent. I'm surprised the screw's not even bent. I'm gonna take the shock off. All right, I'm only gonna take that side of the shock off. Ooh, that's really stuck in there. Get my driver, kind of pop it out. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had one that stuck before. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Almost looks like it's tweaked right there. Okay, we got that off. Take this front brace off. Now this is plastic, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna heat this up with a heat gun and push it back down because you don't have to replace this. This just helps hold the front, so you can actually go ahead and fix this. Now the crossbar, on the other hand, wow, okay. That thing is done. All right, so let's take the pin. Oof, yep, pin shattered. Wow, I did not know it did that. The arm is damaged, so we're gonna have to go ahead, replace that arm. So what we're gonna wanna do here is take this pin out, this cross pin right here, the hinge pin. All right, so that's gonna be a 2.5, and I'm gonna use just my little T-wrench here. That's gonna be a 5.5. This pin is still in good shape, so we're gonna definitely keep that. I like to keep all my hardware together, so that's good practice. Pop this arm out. There we go. Wow, let me see if I can even get that out. It's coming out. Oof, this is not coming out. I gotta get the big guns out. There we go. Wow. This is bent and broken. Right there, it's definitely fractured a little bit. So we're gonna have to replace this arm. All right, let's go and get the arm replaced real quick. So with the arm, all the arms are separate. All the arms are separate, so this is 9530. This is gonna be the front right. Perfect. Now let's get the old arm. Let's go ahead and take our inserts out. Okay, and all we're gonna do, pop that out, transfer it to the new arm, get that tightened down. Don't over tighten it. gonna get rid of our old part, put that aside. That's all replaced. Now, oh, there's one part I did leave on this. Let's go ahead and take it off. I put these stoppers on here so that I can adjust the arms. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down because I'm not gonna adjust it. I haven't messed around with it too much, but what that does is when the arm is like this and see that screw, well, the head of this screw, so when the arm's on here, the head of that screw, if you undo this screw a little bit, it's gonna press on this piece of the chassis right here. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna limit how much the suspension travels. It's a, what do you call it, travel limiter. I put that in a while ago. I just haven't used it because I haven't needed to use it. So there was no point in putting it on. Got the new arm in there. I'm gonna take this other one out just so I can check it out. If I can get it to come out. There we go. Okay, you can't see it. That one's bent. So that one's bent. I'm gonna put a new one in. It looks like this thing hit really, really hard. So let's go and get our pins. This will be 9540. Now this is the complete set. So this will do front and rear. So let's go ahead and get out 2 of them. And just to double check, yes, they are all the same size. I just wanted to double check. So they are all the same size. I'm not sure how that bottom brace held up, but let's go and take this axle out while we're in here. That back cross brace is not bent, so I'm not going to replace it. The only reason why, guys, I got the 9527 is it's really hard to get the other ones in time. But what I am going to do is I am going to order M2C. I'm going to get those coming along with the front shock tower because I did replace the rear shock tower the last time the thing got damaged. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. For now, we're going to throw this one in, but we'll have a spare for the rear just in case we need it. This crossbar. Get this hinge pin. Ooh, that goes in kind of stiff. So, while we got this out, let's go ahead and get this axle replaced. Let's go ahead and remove the hub. The Loctite's holding it in. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm gonna have to clean that screw up. All right, we're gonna pop this out. There we go. Pop that out just like that. This right here, that's the insert that goes on the top, on the inside, just like that. So let me move this over just a little bit. So don't worry about that. Just make sure that you put it back in. Is we got to get our 2.0 driver. As I get my hex tool, put it in just like that. Go from the inside. There we go. Just loosen it. Or you can pop this pin out. Push the axle out. That's some damage. Let's pop these bearings out real quick. Just interested to see how they feel. All right, and checking out these bearings are done. They got smoked. So we're gonna have to replace these. I'm probably gonna have to do them on both sides. Yep, even the outer one's worn out too. I'm gonna go ahead and soak these screws to get them nice and clean up before we put them back in. And I'm gonna go see if I can't get some new bearings. All right, let's clean this hub out. Got some new bearings here. All right, so the inners are going to be a 5889X. I'm going to pop that in there. The outers are a 5118A, but I have fast eddies, and that's just a 5118. So, all right, we got that in there. Now let's get our axle, 9550. 9550 is going to give you the complete. What we're going to do here is that's going to have to go through here. Into there just like that. Once we have that in there, hopefully you guys saw that. Once you have that in there, I'm gonna go ahead and put this pin in. That way it's secure and we know it's not gonna go anywhere. All right, so before you do all that, you're gonna wanna take that set screw out and put that set screw into the new one. Go ahead and pop the axle in there. Let's get that tightened up. Just like that. Don't need to go nuts on it. All right, now we got that in. Now what we're gonna have to do is, I'm gonna take this one off just to make this a little bit easier. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in. Just gives me a little bit more room to play with. Put that in there like that. Put that in there. Yeah, once you get it in there, it's pretty simple, just like that. There we go. All right, so now I'm just gonna lay this down here. Lay it just like that, because I'm gonna go ahead and clean these screws up. Put some Loctite. Whoa, that came out kind of fast. All right, we'll put some Loctite in there. We'll tighten those down. Same thing with the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna get those tightened, cinched up once I get this back together. Now, you guys, you wanna put that Loctite on because I have had issues with that coming apart. It's a good idea to put some Loctite on those. Now that is going into metal, so it is safe to use the Loctite. All right, let's throw this guy back on. All right, now that we got that on, we got the axle in. Now, let's go and get this lower arm on. Move that axle out of the way, shock out of the way. All right. There we go. Got that one in. Got that one in. Now let's grab our new brace. It's going to go this way. All right, now we got our new brace on. Make sure it's tightened all the way down. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to fix that plastic piece. The easiest way is a heat gun. So what I'm going to do, move the truck out of the way. Got a piece of wood here. And I'm using the wood just because I don't want to melt anything. It is pretty hot, so I'm letting know is pushing it down. There you go, just like that. And there we go, now it's flat. And you can run this over cold water just to cool it down so it stays its shape. All right, we got that perfectly straightened back out, so now let's go ahead and throw that back on. Got that back on. It's actually looking pretty good now. Let's get our shock on. There we go. All right, now before we put this outer piece on, let's go and make sure our drive shaft is in place. Go ahead and put the hinge bin back in. That's done, let's go ahead and take these top screws, make sure they're cinched down. Okay, that should give them time to dry. Arm feels good. So that'll do it for that. Let me go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. All right, guys, well, that'll do it for this video. Got all that replaced, got that crossbar replaced. Wow, this thing has lasted over a year with some heavy beating, and it just now broke. So that lasted really well. As far as the axle goes, that was a terrible hit. I mean, it really twisted that axle. So that was a heavy hit. As far as the hinge pins, wow, bent the left side, broke the right side. So that was pretty bad. The bearings were toast. So that's not good. What I'm gonna have to do is I got the other two bearings right here. I'm gonna have to do the other side. That way at least it's got fresh bearings. But that'll do it for this video. Really simple repair, really easy. Doesn't take much to do it. Again, I'm gonna replace this with M2C soon, because if this happens again, I mean, it's really not worth buying another one. So I was gonna get green just to match everything else, but M2C makes a really strong one, so I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, pretty quick repair, really easy. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. Make sure you check out our Patreon. If you guys want to be a Patreon member, see some of the behind the scenes, see how this broke, because that was a video we're not going to be using, unfortunately, because of some audio issues. So, but we're going to go take it out again, rip it up, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. But if you guys want to see how it broke and some behind the scenes, check out our Patreon, become a member. Check us out on Instagram. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. Any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching.